Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, May 11th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I expand and thrive by attention to my abundance. And today, I think the astro energy is a bit more chill. There's still some things. We're still coming down from this full moon energy, but the full moon peak is over. So, it's definitely a waning energy. The moon is shifting into Sagittarius, which is going to lighten up the energy. And Mercury and Uranus have shifted. So, Mercury and Uranus, that's been one of the big things that's been amping up this energy, amping up the mental vibrations. Mercury is now at 26 degrees, trine Saturn. So we've been talking about that Saturn energy. And Uranus has actually shifted today as well into 26 degrees. So they're still all working together, but the distance, the space is increasing at this time in and through this energy. So this Mercury-Saturn thing, Mercury in Aries, in this sign of I am, trining Saturn in Sagittarius, retrograde in Sagittarius. It's a great creative energy. It's great fiery energy. It's actually kind of connecting with the North Node, newly in Leo, bringing grand trine fire energy. So it's beautiful inspiration. Now that retrograde energy of Saturn and this degree, 26 degree, which is about showing up, saying, how are you showing up for your I am, your thoughts around who you are, and this liberation that's hopefully happened in and through your thoughts over this last little expanse of time of Mercury Uranus working together. How have you shifted and how are you showing up and taking action, even if it's just thought action, in regards to this energy? That key thing is, how are you showing up? I don't even know what I have written there. I see the showing up, and then I do not even know what this next little part is. Now, this is going to be important because there is going to be a little bit of a mind game. We have Mars, which is in Gemini, squaring Neptune in Pisces today. And this energy, by the way, this Mars energy is trining. We've got a lot of trine, that happy, easy, helpful, supportive energy. It's actually trining Jupiter in Libra. So there's a self-love component to it, which we'll get into. But this square energy between Mars and Neptune, to me, this is like Neptune being like, here's the magic. Here's the good things. And that Mars in Gemini is still trying to figure this out. And it's still trying to rectify these energies from Neptune, this mystical energy, this magical energy, this miraculous energy. It's still trying to figure it out based on the laws with which it knows. And this is where I think that resistance, the little bit of the hang up may come in, and where you have to allow in the creativity, where you have to show up for yourself, where you have to bring in the self-love that's like, oh, I deserve this. Mars in Gemini energy, and I know this so well, I have a Gemini rising. Gemini energy really loves to have things figured out. Gemini energy goes around collecting knowledge. So Mars going through Gemini has been collecting this knowledge. And meanwhile, Neptune over here is like, and I take all the laws of the universe and I go, poof, abracadabra. And so it is. And here is this blessing for you. And so you may not be seeing this blessing that's here for you because you're like, but the law says this kind of thing. And that's where this resistance may be. So I want you to utilize this energy of Jupiter retrograde in Libra, this self-love, to be like, oh, here's this thing that I deserve. I don't have to know how it showed up. I posted this on my Facebook the other day. Eckhart Tolle and Dr. Wayne Dyer were doing a talk together, and Eckhart quoted A Course in Miracles, and he said basically, like, understanding really does not make a difference to what the truth is. So here's this thing. Neptune is bringing this truth energy. Neptune's bringing this miraculous thing to you, this mystical thing. And you're like, but how did this happen? How did the pyramids, how are they built? And yet, there it is. It's there. And so I know that you're curious, but don't let the curiosity be like, no, the pyramids don't actually exist. Instead, be like, oh, I want to go explore the pyramids because I love myself and I deserve a pyramid tour. I would like you to feed into that energy for this. And that's helpful that we have the Sagittarius moon, because the Sagittarius moon through all this is like, anything is possible. Let's look at the divine possibility in this energy. Let's focus on the expansion of the abundance. Today is a day of expansion. Let's get into this. Let's dig in. Now, the one last thing that I want to mention, so much of a chill day compared to what we've been through. We have Jupiter, opposite Pallas. So Jupiter in Libra, opposite Pallas in Aries. And Pallas in Aries, right now, it's like, to me, it's lighting up a new cycle of honoring yourself without these old rules, these old laws. But in this opposition, really notice when you think that you're choosing you, are you really choosing you? Or are you still choosing you based on these old laws, based on these old rules? Or are you really feeding into the self-love energy that we have been working on so much? This is really, I feel like, a big opportunity to be like, to notice when you're still thinking that your law, your way of living, your rule, it's actually not. It's actually still this old thing that's still sucking you in and taking you out of your own personal flow and innocence. So here we have you in the flow, going with the flow, honoring the flow, accepting these beautiful, miraculous energies instead of getting caught up in the mental, how in the world did this happen? I need to figure out the minutia, the details. It's like, no, you don't. You have to enjoy yourself. You have to allow this expansion to come through. I'm going with the get fascinated energy again. Get divinely fascinated with something. Get divinely fascinated with this gift. Not in figuring out how it came, but just divinely fascinated with oh my gosh, this crystal, it showed up out of nowhere and look at how amazing it is. And when I feel it, I feel all these good things. That's the kind of fascination. That's the kind of fascination that we're going for. I've got the Lovers card. I've got the King of Cups card, the Healing card. So I feel like the young energy within us, the action energy within us, has some healing. And it might be like, hey, I don't have to figure it out. I just get to enjoy it and move from that place, from that space. Successive transformation. I have to tell you, I had a really interesting thing happen with these cards. So this is the card I pulled, successive transformation, which to me, this is like we came down from this full moon energy and we're still moving through this transformation. The transformation is still unfurling. Keep going with it. This is a 13 card, so I love that. But this other card jumped out and landed face up right on top of my other cards. I'm like, well, this is clearly the card. Your soul shines. Can you tune into this energy today? And there's parts of this I want to read. Your soul shines. Under the smog of a difficult day or the impatience of a frustrating situation, your soul is there doing its thing, shining. You can decide to get out of its way, allow the flow, allow it to radiate peace in every room it walks into. You have that choice. Let's see. I know I read a part of this and I was like, I want to read this part, but then I can never remember. Oh, here it is. Okay. Your shiny soul is not a fashion statement or an accessory. It has nothing to do with your hair. I've definitely got some interesting hair stuff going on today. Nothing to do with your hair or your brand or age or your weight. It's simply the love that emanates from your heart. It's the sort of shine that is palpable. It flows through your eyes and it's felt 1,000 miles away through pixels, postcards, letters, phones, photos. There's no escaping the shine of pure love. Love more. Send love into your situation. If you get caught in the mental game or get caught in the fog of, I don't really know what's going on, send love into your situation. Love will bring you closer to the right action, and the right action will bring you closer to that which you desire. So I was like, oh, this card is so good as we move in and through this energy. Now, expansion energy that we're in right now, that moves into the final evolution revolution of Taurus energy. So evolving this worth energy. So let yourself shine. Let this shine expand. Let the innocence of your light expand. And if you come upon any of those blocks, send direct love into it for this successive transformation. And to finish off, the Abraham card, I will tell my story as I want it to be. What do you want your shine to be? How big can your shine be? How can you expand and allow your abundance energy to thrive, your love energy to thrive? Allow these miracles to come in and thrive for you instead of getting caught up in the details. Allowing the creativity to thrive instead of worrying about the details. That's the overall feeling. Let's not worry about the details. Let's allow the flow. Let's allow it to move us. Let's allow the universe to move us through. All right, so that's it for today. Book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your own personal chart, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.